Hi everyone and welcome to C.A.R.S. Today I had one of my best ever service experiences. This was at Lithia Ford in Roseburg, Oregon. Not only did the new recall get taken care of, which had to do with trailer backup lights or something like that, or trailer lights, but also the one that I had been hoping to be taken care of for about a year with the backup camera, that got squared away. It's in writing, in print, on paper. That's all taken care of, thank goodness. And the regular service with the oil change, the oil filter, and the engine air filter, that was all taken care of. The service was done very well. It was very clean under the hood. And it seemed like everything was done essentially to perfection. So double thumbs up. And not only that, but I was able to have a great time visiting there with people I know, both employees as well as others I know, including my great friend Kevin. It was awesome. So we got to have a good time hanging out and looking at the cars while the maintenance was being done. And it was cool because I even got to explore, like I've done videos about in the past, but I decided not to do any videos this time. I just wanted to take in the experience and focus on more important things this time. But I was able to check out how they have like a Porsche Boxster, a used one there, and it was kind of cool seeing a turbo Volkswagen Beetle from like one of the last generations of the Volkswagen Beetle, and it had racing stripes. That was kind of fun. And it was also cool looking at the full-size Broncos, and they even had a Ford Mustang GT350 for like over $100,000, but it looked cool. And it has 810 horsepower supercharged from what I recall. So that was exciting to see. And then also I walked over to the Dodge side of Lithia there in Roseburg and was able to check out the Dodge Chargers. And I saw how, of course, they have the 6-cylinder straight inline engine. And not only that, but I was able to ask one of the salesmen about, well, hey, what about the V8s, the Hemis coming back? And of course, there's nothing official yet that's being passed along that far, but it's something that I would like to keep my eye on. So we'll see what happens, but it was a very positive visit, lots of fun. And now for the second part of this video, that is, now that I've had my Maverick for 2 years exactly this month, and recently was requested to do a survey to talk about my ownership and things that I like and things that could be better. Since I did that just the other day for the 2-year point, I thought, you know what, why not go ahead and share about that on this video. So just a quick rundown, some of the things I really like. I really like how the vehicle is very easy to park. The maneuverability of the Maverick is awesome. It's just what I was looking for that way. I like the fact that you can get a base model, at least at that time when I custom ordered mine. I could get the XL with exactly what I was looking for, the 4K tow package, the spray-in Bedliner, the tonneau cover, and the turbocharged engine with 250 horsepower. And all of that was just about exactly the way that I would have wanted it. If I were to do it again, I would probably pick the exact same options. So that's fun. I like that. It's practical, great efficient use of space, very good highway gas mileage, and in the city it's good too, depending on how long your trips are. With me right now, I'm making a lot of short commute trips to work. So like when I got my maintenance done, it was based on the length of time since the last service, even though it was just a few thousand miles that were put on it since that last service, about 2,500 miles or so. All right, so things that could be better. Well, I would say it would be awesome if there was a V6 option, even though that probably seems silly to some people. It would just be cool if nothing else to have that as an option, and a naturally aspirated V6 or even a straight 6 naturally aspirated engine, something not with a lot of horsepower, but just something that you know, gives you some good torque and just goes kind of old school, V6 or inline 6, non-turbo. But that's more of wishful thinking. I realize it's not something that a lot of people are going to want to buy, so manufacturers have to make a decision based on what people will actually purchase. But if I had my way, that would be a nice option. What else? A few of the materials, at least when you touch them, they seem like they're on the cheap side. The good news is they seem to be holding up just fine. After having it for 2 years, things are wearing quite nicely. I don't have a lot of miles on it, but still, it seems like everything's doing its job and I don't really have to worry about things much. So that is awesome. In fact, it's a really great vehicle for someone who doesn't want to worry about extra details. There's not a lot to go wrong per se because the XL trim does not have a lot of the extras, but it's just a good pickup for what I wanted it to be. Let's see, what else? I do wish the City MPG was better, but I would rather not compromise in any way to achieve that, so I can understand why things are the way they are. Like around the city for short trips, gas mileage not that great. I want to say like less than 20 mpg, although when I was commuting on the highway it was easy to get like 30 plus, so it's not terrible by any means. Another thing is I wish that it had, oh, let's see, I was just thinking of it too. Oh, this, as you can tell, there's not a lot. It's not like, oh my goodness, this thing is glaring in my face. I wish this was different. So I feel like there's like one or two other things. Oh, noise, vibration, harshness. So with the engine, it's not the most pleasant sound and there's not a lot of sound deadening. Another thing is the 8-speed automatic transmission. It keeps the engine RPM a little bit too low so that when I am in town, and I realize this is to maximize miles per gallon, but when I'm in town, it starts to get to where I feel like I'm lugging the engine a little bit. So when I'm going up a slight hill and I'm going about 30 miles an hour, it wants to stay well under 2,000 RPM. And so as you're starting to go uphill, I feel like it's going a little bit, and it's just too hard on things. It's vibrating too much, too hard on the engine. It's not like I'm doing that with wide open throttle or something like that, but I feel like it should be up at least a few hundred RPM higher, so just one gear down. Now that's in normal mode. I could put it in sport mode or towing mode or low mode if I wanted to do that. And I do use low every day on the way home from work because I live on a street that's really steep, and so I want it to be in that lower gear. But it tries to stay too high in the gear and therefore too low in the RPM too much of the time. Even just pulling into my neighborhood where it's basically flat before I get to the main hilly part, it starts to try to lug and stay really low down until you just give it more gas in the normal mode. So the nice thing is I know how to mitigate that. There's multiple drive modes, so you're not stuck in one way versus the other. But those are really the only things that come to my mind right away. So in any case, after having the vehicle for 2 years and putting on over 11,000 miles, which isn't that much, but again, I have the short commute, but still having it 2 years, it's done very well for me. I've driven it in a variety of weather situations and long commute, short commute, highway and city, up and down hills and all of that, and it seems to have plenty of power and it does what I need it to do and what I want it to do. And I love the fact that I have the steely rims, that was an option. That was one of my favorite things about it, one of the main reasons I went with that particular trim level. And with those nice thick beefy tires, I love that because I don't have to worry about curbs or potholes or bumps very much at all. I'm still cautious, but it's not like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna mess it all up. No, I can just enjoy it. And that peace of mind is worth $1 billion to me. All right, everyone. Well, that is my update. Thank you all for watching this episode of C.A.R.S.